So, lads, the WNBA schedule is out. The WNBA schedule is currently out, and I think a lot of people are not there's a lot of people that are excited, and a couple of people that are not excited, it seems, are the players themselves. The players themselves. It seems like the WNBA players are not happy in any way about this. Why? Because obviously the CBA is not being done. And they feel this is the owners basically going and putting this out there so that they, almost force the players' hand. And the players aren't budging on that. But if nothing else, how is this any different than everything the players have done to try to force the owner's hand? How is the players have tried to win the court of public opinion, and this is the owners now trying to put some pressure on the players again. Look, this is, back and forth. This is now back and forth with players and owners. It is what it is. And this is the first time the owners have gone out of their way and just said, you know what? We're doing this. And it's twofold. One is obviously that, to put pressure on the players. And another is, if you guys don't realize, most teams don't own their arenas. So, unless you want to see WNBA teams playing in their local rec center for games, they have to release a schedule because they have to get the arenas. Worst case scenario, they can rebook. If there's going to be a lockout and it doesn't happen, it's easier to rebook an arena than it is to book it when it's something else is taken from it. Obviously, we remember the Jonas Brothers for the final had to be kicked out. Finals had to be kicked out for the Mercury. But the Valkyries didn't. I don't even think the Valkyries played their first. Am I right in saying the Valkyries didn't play in their real arena for the playoffs because it was double booked? It was double booked. So the league has to do this. They have to have a set start date. They have to be able to do all of this. They have to get all these arenas, because if the league doesn't plan business as usual and this drags into, let's just say hypothetically, everyone's saying, I've heard it from Robin, where it's they say, it needs to be early February. If it's later in early February, the season will be delayed because, you need time for the expansion drafts and everything. I mean this when I say this. I think teams, the league will have to conduct, I think the league will conduct the expansion draft before, it's all before free agency, before a CBA is done. And then it will be announced. They don't have to make it a TV spectacle. They just need to announce the teams. They did it last year. It is what it is. If you don't have time slot for a TV spectacle, go stream it. Go stream it. Go stream the stream it on your own platform. Stream it on YouTube, for God's sake, if you need to do that. But when it comes down to it, you can do the expansion draft because every team knows who is hypothetically under contract, who's hypothetically an unrestricted free agent, and who hypothetically they think they're going to keep. Every team knows that. Every team knows that, who they're going to core as well. Teams can make all these decisions without it being officially written on paper before a CBA is done. For me personally, I think for the season not to be delayed, the season can go into March. Free agency, if you guys don't remember, last season, the Indiana Fever made their first free agency signing, which was Natasha Howard, on the 31st of January. By the 10th of February, they had made every single signing but Bree Turner and had cut Katie Lou. So by the 10th of February, they had signed Natasha Howard, signed Dewana Bonner, traded for Sophie Cunningham, traded away Alyssa Smith, traded for the picks, traded for Jaylen Brown, which wasn't in the initial trade. Got Jaylen Brown added into that trade. Cut, I don't know exactly about the order for this, but cut Grace Berger, cut Victoria Saxton, signed Sid Colson, bought out Katie Lou. They did all of that in 12 days. 12 days. And the Fever, by the way, were seen as taking their time in free agency. Some teams got it done way quicker than that. Free agency can be done in the way things are in the WNBA. Free agency can be done in 2 weeks. You need 2 weeks of free agency. It can be hectic, but like you need a 3-day gap. Realistically, you need a 3-day gap because every single agent, by the way, every single one of these teams is contacting agents already. They know the players that may want to go to their team if this season's happening. Players aren't dumb. Agents aren't dumb. They know, especially with these new contracts, you get in first, you're going to get paid more money because teams are going to. There are going to be so many teams that give dumb as shit because this is the salary cap boom. This is 2016 all over again. This is NBA of 2016 when the salary cap booms. And then if you look at the players about to come off rookie deals, 2023, 2024, 2025, over the next couple of years, like teams are going to be dumb in this free agency and offer bad players big contracts for big money because they have a load of rookies on their team and they have salary to burn for long term. They're going to do a 2016 NBA. So agents want the players to be in the 2016 NBA free agency class. But yeah, it is a really, really interesting thing to see what way things are happening with this. But with all that happening, the players are furious. The players are furious because they think the owners are doing this all behind their back. Because there's players taking WNBA out of their bios. They're trying to clap back. The players don't have the leverage they think they do. And this is the first time the owners have gone out of their way to show, you know what? Yeah, we do have the leverage. We do have the leverage. It's one of those things where, again, I don't think the players realize that the fans want to watch basketball as much as these players, most of their fans prior to 2024 didn't actually give a fuck about their basketball, only cared about the activism and being part of the club. There are millions of fans that care about the basketball. There are millions of fans that care about the basketball. So I'm going to be real here. The whichever side is deemed to be the biggest detriment to the sport of basketball is the side that the fans are going to be against. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, I think every player wants the players to get more pay. Every fan wants the players to get paid as much as possible. But there's also the argument to be made that I don't mean this in a bad way. I don't give a fuck how much players get paid. I actually don't. Like, if I would love these players to get paid more, but like, does them getting paid 45 million or 45,000 affect the on-court product? No. No, it doesn't. In any way. What affects it, obviously, it affects it in a way the players, the players have better, like, strength condition, the players can be in better shape, but it's like, there's like a cutoff point of what, like how much per year is the cutoff point for anything above that is irrelevant to your general health and being at your or at the peak athletically. Like 2 million a year is probably the cutoff. Anything above that is irrelevant. Like, you can pay for everything. And then most of the time, the teams, you're working with your teams anyway. That's not a league thing. That's a team by team thing. But at the end of the day, look, these players are pissed at the owners, and they're pissed at the league. They're pissed that the league are not responding to their responses. But ironically, they responded on social media. I'm pretty sure the response of, this will lose the league $700 million over the course of the CBA. I projected $700 million. I'm guessing that response is enough of a response. At the end of the day, the players for a while, the reason the league are doing what they're doing, and by the way, I want the players to get paid more money. People like, you're taking the league side. No, I'm explaining what's going to happen or what's happening right now, and I'm on the side of whatever the fuck is needed to get basketball played. Because this is an American sports league. These owners are investing. They're not going to eat losses. So you can't just say, oh, the owner should just eat losses for the foreseeable future to pay the players, because that's just not going to happen. I wish it would. I wish this was like European sports leagues where these team owners own them as hobbies and they're willing to eat losses. But no, unfortunately not. Unfortunately, there are enough bad owners in the WNBA, and there are enough investors in the NBA that don't want to burn money. And in fairness, I'd say the WNBA owners would be much less reluctant to burn money on their team because of their valuations. But yeah, it's one of those things where the players are pissed that the league is doing what they're doing. The league are doing what they're doing because the league accused the players of not taking things seriously, refusing to negotiate, and trying to use social media and the court of public opinion in their negotiations. And the league have just said, okay, if that's how you want to play it, we'll do that too. We'll leak something to Annie Costable and Alexa Philippou, and we will just release a schedule and pretend it's business as normal, so that people are talking about this league, talking about the games, talking about everything, and putting pressure back on you guys to figure something out. So yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That's the video. See you guys.